Okay, did the Niners overpay for Trent Williams in your opinion?
No.
Okay, why? Because he's getting. Let's real quick. He's getting quarterback money. I mean, he's got 6 years, 138, more than 20 something a year. He's quarterback money. So why do you like this?
It alludes to the fact that whoever it was that donated talked about 2 separate deals. And that's why you can't comment on deals immediately. Oh my goodness, they gave him too much money. Well, you don't know the structure. So the first 3 years, pretty high number, deserves it. Best left tackle in football, in my opinion. And that's a premium position. You pay for that. But after that, none of that stuff is guaranteed. You can move however you want to move. If he's still playing at the same level, then you keep him. You rework his deal, things like that. 3 years down the line, the cap should be exploding at a number that we thought it would. So I don't see it as a bad move. If you sent a 3rd-round pick for Trent Williams, took out his franchise tag language, allowed him to test open market, and he leaves and you don't even get a compensatory pick, it's a complete fail. So now you put yourself in a position where you have to pay for him because you've invested too much. And the idea was that he was going to be here for Joe Staley. And I just don't see how you could have let that walk. And I'm good with it, honestly. With this line, you bring in Alex Mack, you bring back the best left tackle in football. It's improved. And I'm good with it. If Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the quarterback, he's going to need the best possible line that there is. And if you bring in somebody from the draft instead of Trent Williams, I'm not certain you can expect immediate results the way that you would with Trent.
Okay, I'm a little confused on the structure of the contract because I don't get contracts and I hate math. But I'm looking at it on over the cap, and I do see that there's no guaranteed money after 2023. In that sense, that's why you consider it 2 different deals. Yeah. So I understand like there's no bonus they have to give him on the league. There's no guaranteed money after 2023. But if they were to cut him in 2024 when he's 36 and due to make $26.9 million against the cap, they would still have to take on $12 million in dead cap. Now, teams do stuff like that, but that's a lot of money. It's still a lot of dead cap. So I don't think it necessarily means that they can get away from him like no penalties, scot-free, unless I'm misunderstanding something.
It doesn't. But again, if anything that I've learned is that these restructures and extensions and things like that, you reevaluate the contract maybe next year. Trent goes out and he's an all-pro like normal, does everything right, plays 16 games even. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah, no, you got no problem with him at that point. Yes, no, the problem is if he reverts into like D Ford. And he's not playing, and he's hurt. That's the problem. Yeah.
But my point on this is, after a year, if he plays 16 games, then you decide to do a restructure where there's some sort of extension and it changes the language around and things like that. And then we have to look for injury guarantees as well too, because that's what got them in trouble with D Ford, and they had the restructure. The restructure was really to just get that April 1st physical thing out of the way because they know for a fact he's not going to be passing any physical. Right. So again, what they can do with the restructuring, I'm sure that they'll reevaluate the contract later on next year down the line. But honestly, for me, when you look at how it's structured at the end, where there's no guaranteed money, I don't have a problem with it.
Now, like 2025, the dead cap would be $6 million, so that's no problem. 2024, it's like the only question is, can they move on in 2024? I think that's the question. I'm not equipped to answer it. I think they definitely can move on in 2025. Seems to be people think they can move on in 2024, and they could. I just think it would be a little bit painful with the $12 million in dead cap. But again, we don't even know what the cap's going to be in 2024. It could be $1 billion. So who knows? All I know is that he's very affordable now. His cap number is $8 million now. Next year it's 14. That's great. In 2023, it's 26.2. In 2024, it's 26.9. In 2025, it's 29.3. It's just, I'm not used to seeing those numbers next to a non-quarterback. It's shocking to me, but I'm 65 years old, and it's kind of, I'm old school,
65.
I'm 65.
Man, great for 65, man.
It's 29 million for a non-quarterback. Wow. Kids these days.
Now we're the boomers.
Why is nobody talking about Colton McKivitz, and does he have a shot to start at guard next season?
No. I mean, look, I get the draft pick. The problem is that he had problems anchoring. I believe he played, I forget which game he was thrown into, where you could see some good things, but then you could see some very bad things. And I think Brunskill is definitely better than him when it comes to right guard. And not just because he's played well against Aaron Donald. He's just better. So, and remember, Colton McKivitz is a draft pick. You're not paying him anything. So sit there, develop him, see what happens. But I don't think he's better than Brunskill, and I don't think he has a shot. I mean, just my opinion, as starting guard.
I didn't really see anything from McKivitz that I liked.
Well, okay. you did say that he was locking up with Javon Kinlaw in camp, and he was winning those battles. I'm not here to pour gas on the fire. I'm just saying I get the idea with McKivitz, but Brunskill's better probably.
All I'm saying is I'm not surprised that Kinlaw had 4 quarterback hits his rookie year. I'm just not surprised. It's not his game. Good athlete, though.